Hey, what's up? Slants Joker here. Welcome to my review of the Asus VG248QE 144Hz 3D monitor. Not only does it feature 3D and 144Hz, you can see all those extra frames, it also has a Crosshair Overlay, which is absolutely fantastic for when you're playing hardcore. And now, as I have my PC all up to date with my 770 Lightning and all the extra monitors, I wanted to go over that for my subscribers so you guys can get an idea of what my current setup looks like, and I hope you like it. Stay tuned. Alright, so as I said there, this is just a quick update video for my subscribers out there to update you on some of the changes that I have made to my setup recently. As you saw at the beginning of the video with some of the photos, I got my new Asus 144Hz 3D monitor, which you can see there in the middle. That's my main display now. And then I also have my old monitor here on the left. That's my 60Hz Asus monitor. I'll have the model numbers and everything for all of these in the description below, as well as links to where you can get them. I get them on Newegg. That's where I try to do a lot of my shopping. Over there is my 42-inch TV. I've had that for a good 2 years now. I got that when I moved to Florida because when I tried to ship my old TV, FedEx kind of dropped the ball, or in this case dropped the fucking boxes. They had managed to shatter the screen completely, and I had to buy this thing sort of ad hoc right away when I moved to Florida, so I had something to game on, because at that point I was still playing games on Xbox 360. Just to give you an idea of what the monitor looks like, here it is. That's the Asus 144Hz monitor. These things have really come down in price quite a bit. I remember when these things were $400 plus, and now you can get them for just around $250. And they're saying the big reason for that is that it does not include the Nvidia 3D Vision kit, which you would have to buy extra for $130 or $120 depending on where you go. I'll put a link to that too in the description. But it works fantastic. You know, right now I have it locked at 120 Hz, and I've been playing a lot of games at 120 FPS, and I can tell you that going from 60 FPS to 120 FPS is absolutely stunning. It is completely flawless. There's no break or lag whatsoever. You know, some people say, oh, the human eye can't see more than 30 FPS or more than 60 FPS. Let me tell you right now that that is complete and utter hogwash. Bullshit. Okay? The human eye can see thousands of frames per second. Actually, the limit on what the human eye can see as far as frames per second is pretty much unlimited. We don't know exactly how many we can see, but it is way more than 144. We can see into the tens of thousands of frames per second. You could see videos out there on the internet that are shot at these types of frame rates when they show slow motion stuff. So how the hell else would we see it if we couldn't? You know what I'm saying? 144 Hz, bitch. 144 FPS, and seeing every little bit of it. Let me go ahead and show you some of the features on this monitor, which make it so kick-ass beyond the fact that you can play at such high frame rates and actually be able to see the benefit, as opposed to on a 60 Hz monitor like this one, where you would only be able to see 60 FPS. Alright, so as I said, besides the obvious, the fact that it does support up to 144 Hertz, and you can actually see games at those frame rates if you're able to achieve those sort of frame rates. Right now I can currently play Battlefield 3 without a problem at 120 FPS on 1770 Lightning. I do plan on getting a second one because I want to play at Ultra, and I want to play at 120 FPS consistently. There's really not much difference between 120 and 144, which is why I've chosen to lock my Hertz on this monitor at 120. But the capability is there to go all the way up to 144 if you want to. Another key feature about this monitor, which is really cool, is Nvidia's Lightboost technology, which is something that's meant for when you're playing games in 3D or watching movies in 3D. But it also has a very realistic application for when you're even playing games just in 2D scenarios. Essentially what it will do is completely eliminate motion blur altogether. It does require a USB IR emitter to use it standardly if you want to run it through the Nvidia control panel the way it's intended to be used. But if you don't have the Nvidia 3D Vision kit yet and you just pick up the monitor, there is a way you can still do this, and I will put a link in the description below. It's a third-party software which you just download, and it basically allows you to use the Lightboost without having the 3D kit and all of that, which costs, you know, like I said before, an extra $120, $130. So that's a really cool feature about this monitor. The other cool feature that I really like quite a bit is that you can add a custom crosshair overlay, and I'll show you that right now. Down here you have a, it looks like a little, kind of looks like a Super Nintendo controller. When you hit that, it brings up this here, and what you can do is you can either put a crosshair or a timer. Now I don't really play like MOBAs, like, you know, or League of Legends or MMOs too much, but I'm told that that's what the timer is essentially there for. Or maybe you just got some potatoes baking in the oven and you want to set a timer for 30 minutes, you know, so you could see when you have to go get up to go check them in, and when you use the timer, it'll put a little clock in the corner of your screen, and you know, you'll have your timer there, and it's gone away there. But the main thing I like the crosshair because I play hardcore on Battlefield 3 so much. It's absolutely amazing. It's almost like fucking cheating, except that it doesn't get picked up by any sort of punk buster or PB screen software, because it's just an overlay on the monitor, and you have between 4 different crosshairs you can choose from. You can use the standard green circle, which is the one I use, and it's kind of hard to see there right now. Then you also have the red one, the green crosshair, and then another red crosshair. So you can choose between any 4 of those and put it on put it on very easily. You know, like right there, it's enabled, and I'll go ahead and I'll bring up a black picture so you guys can actually see it. There you go. That's what the crosshair actually looks like, and I'll show you some of the other ones. There we go. There's the red one, green crosshair, red crosshair. So that's pretty sweet. I like using this one, especially on Battlefield 3 close quarters. When I'm using a shotgun with slug ammo, it is just ridiculous. I can snipe people from across the fucking map using that crosshair right there. I absolutely love that feature. I love this monitor. If you have a PC that's capable of getting up to 120 hertz and being able to put out that type of power, I highly recommend you picking up one of these monitors, because you will really see your graphics card shine. Also, like if you're running an SLI, like 2770s and SLI, which I plan on doing later this year, I will really begin to see this monitor flourish, as I'll be able to play games like Battlefield 4 at ultra settings, 1080p, without a problem, and hold 120 or even 144 FPS. So that does it for the monitor, and now I want to shoot over to my computer, because I've had one of my longtime subscribers and my friends, Dally, and I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the description below. He runs a gaming channel where he does gameplay videos in 1200p. He wanted to see my updated rig after I put in the 770 Lightning, because I didn't really show it too well in the review. So let's go ahead and jump over to my PC now, and we'll take a look at that real quick. Alright, so as you can see here, I still got my PC set up pretty much the same way as it always was. You know, the Thermaltake Chaser MK1 case. Inside there in the window you can see my Thermaltake Frio Advanced, and below that, those blue LEDs, that's the back of the PCB on the GTX 770 Lightning. Now let's go ahead and get the side cover off of the case, and we'll take a detailed look at the inside. Alright, so now as you can see here, we've got a detailed look of the inside of the case. Over there has got my drive bays and my front 200mm fan that came stock on the case. Down at the bottom, that's my Corsair TX850 V2, 850 watt power supply, absolutely amazing. Perfectly capable of powering 2 GTX 770s if you need to. This is the 770 Lightning, and it uses 2 8-pin PCIe power connectors, so it is quite a beefy card. It requires a hell of a lot of power. But from what I've read online, I shouldn't have any issue running 2 of them with that 850 watt power supply. And just to give you another angle there is the MSI GTX 770 Lightning in all of its glory. You can see those extra blue LEDs on the back, and when this card is running at 100%, there will be more blue LEDs on that back strip right there. It'll light up 4 extra LEDs depending on how much load it is actually under. And right now my fans, I believe, are running at 75, because I was recently playing Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is incredibly intensive, especially trying to push it out on my 120 hertz monitor. I'm averaging about 100 FPS on max settings, and it is absolutely just maxing out my card completely at that. So once I do get a second card, I'll be able to put that at 120. But I mean, even at 100, it looks absolutely fantastic. It runs buttery smooth, and Splinter Cell Blacklist is a great game. I suggest you guys go out there and pick it up. So that's going to wrap it up for this overview of my computer update and the monitor review / overview. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at JokerSlun. I'll catch you next time. Ta-da!